A couple of weeks ago, I put together a video about Kentucky and how they had one of the best portal classes of 2024. But I might have jumped the gun because they weren't done yet. Just the other day, Coach Mark Pope had brought in another player, a 6'8" forward out of Fairleigh Dickinson, who's going to provide a lot for them on both ends of the court, and I am personally very high on. So get ready, because today we're going to be breaking down Ansley Almonor. Okay, so like I mentioned in the intro, Kentucky has secured another addition to their portal class, this time bringing in 6'8" forward Ansley Almonor from Fairleigh Dickinson University. He was far and away their best player. When you're talking about his game, we're going to look at it from a few different perspectives today and talk about what he's going to bring to the table. But from a high level view, you have to like his size, the versatility that he's going to bring to the forward position. I think he's filling a bit of a need that Kentucky hadn't really itched yet. So he's going to be able to do some things. Offensively, he's another guy who can space the floor. He's someone that is smart and plays within an offense, and we'll talk about that when we look at his film a little later. But he's also, a really kind of versatile defender. He can play on the perimeter. He's made plays there, and he's made plays down low. So those are the areas that we're going to break down on him specifically today. But let's start it off by talking about his shooting, and let's look at his form, and let's see how it's going to translate to playing at a higher level. When you look at his ability to shoot the ball, there's a couple things I really like. So he's very comfortable as a trailer. Typically in most offenses, if you get the rebound or if you're behind the play, one big is running to the block and the other is trailing the play and going up top. And he's able to step into that shot even from deeper than most and hit it consistently. So that's a huge plus, especially in this type of offense. He's also really smart about relocating when drives happen off of him, so he's able to kind of find that open space, receive the pass well, and put it up. But again, as a trailer, that's a really good trait, especially for someone who is as willing a rebounder as he is. It's just a really good fit for this offense to have another big who you can put in plug and play in your rotation, and they can come in and be a reliable floor spacer. So it's pretty evident from looking at those clips that he can shoot, and he can shoot at a high level. In fact, he's gotten better every single year he's been in that FDU program. Let's talk about how else can he impact that offense. I've talked about it on some of my other videos breaking down Kentucky, but Mark Pope is going to run a pretty structured offense that is high powered. It gets a lot of looks and wants their bigs to be able to do things with the ball. So when you look at this next clip package, we're going to talk about him scoring off the ball. So his ability to find space, to make cuts, to play within set plays even that are drawn up for him, and finish and be efficient in those regards. So be on the lookout for that when you're watching this clip package. Watch how he moves, watch how he operates when he's playing against his zone and is playing in that high post spot. Very efficient player. I think you're going to like a lot of what you see coming up. I'll say it again, but in Mark Pope's offense, you have to be able to move without the ball. You have to be a smart and heady player, and that's what he is. So he flashes in. He's really, really able to see where the space is off of drives. He makes intelligent cuts and can score. And the other thing I'll really want to point out is he operated really well out of the high post, specifically against the zone from what I could see on film. And that's a key staple of Mark Pope's offense. And man, is they want their big to be able to receive a pass up high and make intelligent reads and passes and plays. And I think, he has all the traits and shows those to be able to do that. Add in his ability to finish a little bit at the rim, even without elite athleticism. And it's a guy who is a really good fit for this offense overall. So while maybe not the most hyped, he is a really good addition there. Now, the last part of his game that I want to take a deep dive into is his defense. So he is a very good rebounder. He, led his team in rebounding, is active on the boards, which you love. This video clip, though, is going to really showcase his ability to alter shots and block shots. So he can do it on the perimeter. He can do it at the rim. There's just a lot that he can do as a defensive player that I think when you're talking about a guy who is an addition to perhaps like your second unit, that's very appealing. That's just a competitive defensive player who can help you on both ends of the court that you can play at any time. You just have to feel great about that. So let's look at him being an active rim protector and someone that can contest shots on the perimeter. Lastly, on defense, in addition to being a willing rebounder, he is long enough to affect shots on multiple levels. So you'll see him block a couple on the perimeter. You'll see him at the rim just walling up and using his length to his advantage, and without having to leap, still get blocks, still affect the ball at the rim, and create opportunities for his team. So I think it's just an added bonus. He led his team in blocks last year. It's not something he'll do a lot of, but he'll contribute for sure. So that's going to do it for our breakdown of Ansley Almonor today. Again, I think he is just an excellent pickup this late in the cycle for Kentucky. And I'll kind of take a step myself and realize that recruiting services, for whatever reason, aren't super high on this guy. He's not someone that was rated in the top 100 recruits, which I find a little wild given the fact that he was by far the best player on his team. He shot a very good percentage from three for the position that he plays. He showed a lot of traits that make you like his game. Sure, he lacks some of the elite athletic profiles that you'll see on a lot of guys who get a lot of love, but he's able to do things really well. He's going to play an identifiable role for Kentucky. He's going to be able to play within an offense. He's shown evidence that he can do that, which is going to make you a more competitive team overall and give you more guys you can trust to be on the court at the same time as each other. I think he has some positional versatility, so he's not going to be pigeonholed into one spot. And with some of the other pieces that we've already talked about, Kentucky having brought in, there's going to be opportunity for him to do that. There's some interchangeable plug and play pieces that he's going to be able to interact with and interchange with at will. So it's a really good pickup, a sneaky good pickup this late in the game. I think there will be some opportunity for him. I think he's a guy that raises your floor, and raises your ceiling at the same time. So just all in all, great pickup. I think you Kentucky fans should be very pleased that you were able to pick him up. I appreciate everyone being here. Kentucky fans, you guys have shown me a lot of love, so I will continue to, showcase some of the talent and some of the things about your team that I personally like. So thank you for that. As always, if you got something out of this, just please like the video, subscribe to the channel. I love, being able to extend my reach a little bit, share some knowledge with people who might not have otherwise found me. So appreciate all of your guys' help so far, but thanks for being here today, and I'll see you on the next one.